Okay, so trying a different streaming program actually, just to give an update on what happened. My worst fear came to fruition with the market just reversing. So it's actually kind of the lesson here is actually the same lesson as my previous video where I said the same thing, but I didn't pay attention to it. So what happened was same thing here, in reverse. So the weakest market was the Russell, and when the Russell reverses, everything else reverses with it. So even though the Russell reversed from all the way down here from being down 1.5%, even though the other indices, the other brothers, were not quite down that much, they all kind of turned at the same time. So what does that mean for the price action? Well, the Russell, so let's look at this, like Russell, S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Dow. So they all reversed. You can see that they all reversed, but the Russell is the one that hit the resistance first because it was the weakest. So it makes sense. So like to me, or the on the Dow, which is what I mostly trade, it does kind of make sense that it hit off the 500 beautifully. I was like, oh, if it hit the 500, and I was almost like, oh, I maybe want to take a counter trend there, like I said earlier in the previous video, but it happened so quickly that by the time I saw the alert, it was already like up here. And I was like, whoa, like what's with this reversal? And then within the next 15 minutes, I was already stopped out. It's crazy, crazy how fast these things can move. Um, Same thing on the Nasdaq. I had that as the backup order for the 325. That just shot right through as well, and it doesn't look like it has any intention of slowing down at all. Right. So I'm not ready to call this a bull market yet. There's still this area to look at. So like right now, instead of looking at hindsight, let's be more forward looking. Right now, the highest, the strongest is the Nasdaq again. So the Nasdaq, we're looking for the Nasdaq to run into traffic first, and then the rest of the rest of the brothers will follow. So where is that traffic going to be? I'm looking at it right around this area right here on the Nasdaq. We're approaching it any second now. Of course, this is an hourly candle. Let me make this bigger. So of course, this is an hourly uh, chart. And let me make this a little bit. Let me try to do this view on the stream. Um, this is weird. How do I resize this? Strange. Okay, never mind. I won't do that. So we're approaching this very soon. This is a 425, almost exactly. So I am tempted to have one last chance at this today, as an attempt for a reversal right at the 425. Not sure that I'm going to take it because I want to see it. I want to see some more evidence first, because right now we have really strong momentum to the upside, and it could blast right through. I'm a little gun shy because it's already happened twice. I only have one more shot left really before I kind of call it quits for the day. I like this area. It's my um, uh, analysis has been kind of working. Right, I have another similar setup on the S&P. Hopefully it actually hits this time instead of what happened last time, missing by zero point 0.2 points. So I already have one technically with that for that move on the Nasdaq. I'm interested in it. It would be a little bit more narrow of a move. This is a little bit more aggressive. The S&P is kind of the backup. On the Dow, I don't really see anything. The Dow, I might take a shot at the 32,000. Right, these are all areas that where the four brothers will move together. Uh, I think today it's been shaping up that way. The Russell is right around the 750. The Russell's kind of already there, but the one that is most significant is the one that's the strongest to the upside. That will reverse. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to look at the NASDAQ first and then use that as my frame of reference for the rest of them.